Dianna Russini absolutely crushed it for the Athletic during this coaching search. Johnny Venerable, PHNX Cardinals. How would you assess the Cardinals' operation over this 3 or 4 week coaching search? It felt like it had a lot of crazy turns.
It did, and it almost had tentacles to it because every coaching search for each organization affected the other.
Yes.
And I really believe the Arizona Cardinals were going into this search looking for an offensive-minded head coach. Through the process, though, I think they realized that they probably should open up the search a bit more, and that's where you started to see the Raheem Morrises of the world and the Anthony Weavers come down to be in the finalists. But I think they knew what they wanted from the beginning, and veering off may have been good for collection of information. But in the end, they got what they wanted, and in my belief, I think they got a leader of men and a really, really bright offensive-minded head coach.
Yeah, elaborate on that if you would. What you know about Mike LaFleur, because we've seen this pipeline with Sean McVay, these OCs go on to have huge success. Is that in the cards for Arizona?
They are all the same. They're like little robots, and I see that as a compliment. They're not going to be outworked. They're not going to miss the details. They're going to have strategies to everything. They're going to be good with the players. They're going to build a culture immediately. And I've been around Mike a lot, and he has those same qualities. And the fact that he has so many people to lean on too, because being a first-time head coach, any coach that's done it, that's been fired, that's now had success, has always shared that first year is awful. Even if you think you know, you don't know. And I just think he has the advantage of having worked under one of the best coaches in football in Sean McVay, and of course having a brother who's a phenomenal head coach now with a new contract in Green Bay.
What do you make of the Nathaniel Hackett OC hire, somebody that obviously worked for his brother and now comes on board to be with Mike?
I think a lot of this has to do with comfort. It's, am I going to bring people on here who understand my kind of messaging and get what I'm trying to accomplish? And every coaching tree really does speak a different language. And it's so difficult to find coaches that speak it, and it's even harder if they don't, because then there's this whole learning process of this is how we do things. So that's why you always see in the league, guys that are just connected to each other. Even 10 years ago, it doesn't matter, as long as they understand the way they like to do things, especially on offense. Nathaniel Hackett knows exactly what Mike LaFleur's offense is going to look like.
Last question, been so generous with your time. Kyler Murray, more likely that he's traded or outright cut at the end of the month?
I think he'd be traded. I think Arizona's going to do a really good job. I think Monty's smart. He's got good relationships with other general managers in football. I think they're going to get something back for him if they decide to go in that direction. But I don't think waiving him would make sense for the organization. They can get something for Kyler Murray.
The absolute best, Dianna Russini.